its own. You're good? Mr. Leonard? Yani do this for me. Where are the two lists? Go to the umpires and they give you a couple of 2 lists quickly. And then also, but Nandilu go good side cricket. Then also, I guess we're not in a team. Then you can ask them. Then also write their jersey numbers on the side. Then the Leopards. Wasn't it a Rhinos? Yes, it's a Rhinos showing here. So get the jersey numbers on the side. Starting in how many? In 5.
Neka nuka kola.
Can you hear me, Waswa? Good Morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Lugogo Cricket Oval. This is match day number 3 of the Batball X tournament. An exciting piece of cricket here, brought to you by the Batball Uganda, taking junior cricket to a new level, getting them to have the competitive edge. And there is no better way to do this than with the T10 format. Of course, here the Nile Leopards coming through from Ginger in that group where they were the bosses, finishing unbeaten, a clean slate of 4 matches. They come here and they are the men to start things up. They get luck with the toss, their captain, and their captain says, I will have a ball. He asks the Central Lions to have a bat first. And the Central Lions have the usual suspects out there in the middle. It's Ronald O'Mara alongside that man, Anas Mirza Beg, shot 87 and shot 88 to start things up for the Central Rhinos up against the Nile Leopards. My name is Innocent Dowla. I'm happy to be riding the traffic in the comms box. Jonathan Nyiro, an under-19 star, to start the bowling here. Jonathan Nyiro, of course, no new face if you've been watching some little international cricket. The 3 guys in action, the bowler and the 2 batters, were part of the Baby Cricket Cranes team that did go down to Dar es Salaam in Tanzania, not able to do what the previous under-19 team did to get back-to-back berths at the World Cup, finishing 3rd. Starts with a nerve tester, just up and above. Beaten for all money, Mr. O'Mara, who played it a little late. You look at the delivery again. By the time he tried to play the pull shot, the ball was moving away. It tells you of the aggression within these 2 sides. This is the Super 4. A victory here for either side will set them on the road. And another back-to-back super deliveries. You can hear the energy on the field. Very exciting from these youngsters. Good physique there, good high up action from Jonathan Nyiro. Hit hard, hit in the gap. When you hit it like that, super fine shot from Ronald O'Mara to get things started here for the Central Rhinos. They're off the mark and right underway. Pius Oloka, another elderly statesman in the team, has words to share with the bowler Jonathan Nyiro, saying you've given him so much room. Pitched it way back, and then he had all the time in the world to play the shot he desired, Mr. O'Mara. Better lines, better length, good comeback delivery from Nyiro. Gone through his 4 deliveries now, Nyiro. Super stuff. He's been asking the questions. The only ball that he did pitch way down the track was the one that was punished for 4. Trying to dance down the wicket, but there is no music playing here in Lugogo this morning. Won't be any runs. It's worked very well for an opening over. The Rhinos do know that they need a score here, because the Leopards do come from Ginger with some swag. They've been getting totals of 100 plus in a T10 match. The asking rate takes you to 10 per over. Clean ball, final ball of the over, and that man, Jonathan Nero, strikes gold early up front. Wicket time. O'Mara has got to walk back to the heart. It's the end of the first over, and the Central Rhinos are effectively 1 wicket down, and they've got 4 runs on board. Those men in the huddle, you can look at them. They will be celebrating. Cyprus Igulu, Hassan Bagaga, Evander Joel, Kumsa Cyrus, Magezi Ronald, Masinde Arafat, Modola Edgar, Mukisa Dan, Molongo Paul, Mwanguzi Timothy, Niro Jonathan, the man who was struck gold, Oloka Pius, Sohera Richard, and that youngster, Sajabi Ibrahim. They do make up this team. Even he was there in the warm-up. That young boy, the primary 5 kid. Maybe he's not playing now.
He's not playing now.
Yes.
But when that, I remember that went to the score.
Okay.
I was getting
Okay. This we shall see him bringing on water. You want to do some water as well? Okay. You want to do this? Okay, quiet. So you know what I told you? You do the analysis, the color bit. Don't repeat what I've said, and show that you know the game. And also, don't say things like, yeah, I think. Be assertive. You're the boss. Like, when you're not talking, you stop the microphone, and then you go for the rest of 40 seconds. Small things. Other things I'll tell you as we go. Yeah? So, but enjoy. Yeah, sure. As Dennis comes. Cyrus given the ball, Kunsa from the Ginger Road end. Anas Beg won't take any time to have a look around. It is in the slot. He goes for a boundary. No sighters for Anas Beg. This is the Batball tournament. They've got only 2 runs, 2 big shots, 2 scoring shots, and those scoring shots have gone for 4. I am not alone in the comms box. As you see that one race to the boundary. Igulu chases. Igulu can't catch up. I have Mr. Leonard. Leonard, please introduce yourself. Who is Leonard? If you are asked in few quick words, what would you talk about yourself?
Yeah, thank you, Innocent. Good morning to all our viewers. Yeah, I'm just passionate about the game. I love the game. You're having a great day today in Lugogo. The mark of a start of a Super 4 for the start of a series for a Super 4 series for this Batball X tournament, and I'm proud to be here to share the comms box with Innocent.
Oh, Leonard, you have introduced your world. You told us what club you play for.
Yeah, I play for I play for right now. I'm playing for Bulldog Cricket Club. Yeah, Captain Nile for the last season. Yes, and I'm a wicket keeper batsman. Yeah, right on the field. Yes.
So can name Leonard.
Lennon Kangume.
And what do you do if you're far away from the cricket over?
Yeah, far away from the cricket over. I'm a medical practitioner. Have a bachelor's in actual lab technology.
You heard it from Leonard. Good ball, back-to-back wickets. They are striking gold. Newman in the big wicket of Christopher Kidega falls in quick time. Look at the celebrations from the Leopards from Ginger. They have come to town. They're showing their dark spots. And well, they have Central Rhinos in all sorts of trouble. 2 wickets back to back in successive overs. That's a pitch of a delivery from Cyrus Kusa.
Yeah, as you can see there on your screen, just nipped there into the that was an in swing, hit the top of the bail, and as you can see, the captain is disappointed with himself. The Central Rhinos are in trouble very, very early in their innings. Lots of pressure being from the Nile Leopards, one of the Shum tournament favorites.
As we are working, as we have power here, you know, maybe they put another one up there. I'll ask them. You guys, you stay at home, but you don't charge your phones at home.
Laptops.
Yeah, laptops, okay. Your laptops are like TVs, they don't keep power. What a start, Leonard, for the Central Rhinos here. They are in trouble, and what a terrific start for the Nile Leopards.
That's what they wanted. That's why they wanted the Nile Leopards from the start, to get those big wickets, and they've got the tournament's biggest run getter, Christopher Chidega, very early.
He's Kunsa. New man in Rwama Conrad, he had a little beautiful cameo, 44 of 20 odd. The other day, promoted up the order. We know him for his wicket-keeping skills. He comes in when his team needs him to dig deep into his coffers to make sure they do have a chance to put on something that the bowlers will work with. It's important that you pick up wickets in a T10, but it's also important that you deny the opposition of getting runs very, very quickly. Right on the money, touch and go, chance for a run out. Do they get it? No ways. He didn't pick up the ball very well. You can see that they're trying to mix the aggression. The Central Rhinos, they want to, if they don't get the boundary, they want to make sure they are getting the singles.
Yes, you're right, Innocent, and I know what they are thinking. They are trying to get themselves off that pressure. Could see there, that was very, very risky. Way yards behind that line, could have been out. That ball had got into the keeper's hands. They got to live with that.
Timothy Mwanguzi there with the gloves. Timothy Mwanguzi playing for Buntu. Buntu in the Batball Open during the Nile edition. They were the champions, Buntu. A good Yorker, touch and go again. Conrad and Anas, they're running very, very well between the wickets there. And that is the end of the second over. The score is 12-2. The best thing was it all went to school, we know English. So what, and we know the game we played it. So what can deny you is confidence levels. It's the bat ball. It's a Friday, and here is Mr. Nyiro to bowl his last. He starts with one that is moving away. Good catch taken. The wickets are falling here in quick fashion. Conrad Ruwama sent in to strike it. He only finds the third man. A super diving effort down at third man. Look at the men from Ginger. The Nile Leopards have a point to make here. And what a way they have started off their Friday morning.
Yeah, it's a very, very big wicket. Another one into the bank. You can see there, I didn't time it properly. Just went down there to the third man fielder who took a diving catch. very aggressive in the field, the Nile Leopards, as you can see, and they're really enjoying this.
The Nile Leopards have found voice in the park. Jonathan Nyiro has 2 wickets in quick time. What a catch. Taken from third man. Many times when people are placed at third man, people look at them and think, wow, they are not the best of fielders. But Sohera Richard pulls out a super effort, diving forward on his stomach. Completes a very good catch to give his team a third wicket in quick time. Here's Jonathan. That is wide, faster sign of loss of concentration from Jonathan Nyiro. That man walking in to bat at number 5. He opened the batting the other day and he was playing very well in the first match of the tournament. Mr. Owili Obele Robertson. He got 43 from 12 deliveries. Big swing, big edge. He's off the mark. He realizes that he can't just hang around. He needs to get the scoreboard ticking. This tournament is surely bringing up some good youngsters for the future.
Yes, you're right, Innocent, and a good experience for them. You know, big audience here at Lugogo Cricket Oval to give them the confidence in their futures as cricket players.
Jonathan Nyiro being asked to give his team another breakthrough. The man has done well. He's picked up 2 wickets already in his spell. In the zone, nowhere could that have gone, but straight back to the bowler. Anas Beig giving it a full face of the bat. Nyro's happy with his spell. 2 for 6. Working for the team and giving them a start they need. Friday, there is no dull moment in the city of Kampala. The Ginger boys will know that, but it is them setting the town alight with some incisive cricket. Some good movement there. The umpire does agree that's a good line, a good length. Timothy Mwangu's the keeper, telling his bowler, Jonathan Nyiro, you done well. Timothy Mwangu is one of the exciting youngsters coming through from the Ginger Hub, coached by Habib Mugalula. He didn't make the under-19 team, but he's got numbers. And this man, Nyiro, was part of that team that went down to Dar es Salaam. Unfortunately, they couldn't make it to the World Cup, finishing 3rd. But here they have a chance to work and show everybody else that they can deliver. Flashing blade from Anas Beig. Nothing on it whatsoever. It's the end of the 3rd. And Mr. Nyiro completes his spell. 2 for 6. The score is 14 for 3. If it ain't broken, don't fix it. You can see that they are keeping with the same bowling. Cyrus Kunsa, very wide. That one would have been wide anywhere in the world, even in a test match. Wide's given.
And let our viewers know that this the last over marked the end of the three overs for the power play, and the field will go deep.
Big appeal, but that one pitched down on the leg stump. So will never be out in the wildest of his dreams, Mr. Cyrus Kunsa. The pressure that the Leopards are put onto the Rhinos. Of course, Igulu played for Amakokotazi, but Cyrus Kunsa played for Butu, the team that won. In the zone, they're bowling very well, these ginger boys. Bowling, if it's not a Yorker, they're hitting the hard lengths.
You're right, Innocent. And we could all see that toss giving dividends back to the Nile Leopards, who sent in the Central Rhinos to bat. And the captain will be happy with his bowlers.
Finding the mid of the bat, do they run through for one? Going about his business calmly. Here's Kunsa. Again, Yorker length. Chance for a catch. The catch is swallowed by the man standing down at long on, Mr. Mudola Ediga. That's a dollar wicket for them. Top-notch stuff from the Leopards. They have asked the questions and they have surely made early inroads into this big batting lineup of the Central Rhinos. The teams watching, Eastern Buffaloes and Rwanda Emerging, will be very interested with what has happened here. Yes. And they will want to make some noise as well.
Yes, you're right, Innocent. Very, very deep. Central Rhinos and in deep drive there. That was a full ball. And Asbeg probably thinks that he should have got a better contact of that ball. Probably hit it harder. Probably, but Ediger, the man there in the long off region, got that one right without any hindrances. And right now the Nile Leopards are looking comfortable, picking the 4 big wickets. The 4 big wickets for the Central Rhinos.
Pressure for the first time in the tournament. The Rhinos are under the pump. If you are the coach there in that setup, Mr. Shama Mukaya, what would you be thinking? How do you get out of this trouble?
I think Shama has lost the 4 big wickets right now. The top run scorers for the Central Rhinos, but I think right now the batsmen, what they can do right now, at least to try to push for those singles, doubles, because these are not the batsmen we think they could go for the hard shots. But I think if they could put the pressure on through the singles, because they have got very many overs left, 6 of them, probably they could pull up a good score.
Little flick there from that man who has batting potential, Mr. Yunus Sowobi, off the mark. Little single tickled down to fine leg. He's got the company of Jaffo Chaya. And that is the end of the over. 17 for 4. So Obi facing a person who is one of his better friends when it comes to cricketing at this level. Pius Oloka comes into the attack after that beautiful spell of 2 for 6 from Jonathan Nero. They need runs. Pius Oloka, Newman into the attack. Time to work for the Central Rhinos. How much more energy do they have in their reserves? Pius Oloka, half a tracker, hit very down. Oh no! He's parried that. But they come back quickly for 2 chance for a run out. Not completed. It was a half tracker, but he hit it straight to the man. Jonathan Nero, the guilty party there, he should have taken the catch.
Yes, he should have done better. Probably we should have gone for it even the second time it had popped out of his arms. But unfortunately, that will go down. The dropped catch. Central Rhinos trying to build a partnership which hasn't been there, that case today. That will go past the keeper begging. Thin edge there. But they will just be able to pick a single. And that's leads to the end of the fifth over. The Central Rhinos are 21 for 4.
Good stuff. We'll get there. That was the chance given to Jonathan Nyiro. Poor goalkeeping skills. He parries it back into play but fails to hold on to the soccer mat. Yunus Sowobi and Jaffa Ochaya. Sowobi played for Akasumagizi, and Jaffa Ochaya was in the same team, Akasumagizi, during the Batball Open, the team that won the Central Region Batball Open in Entebbe. It was a beautiful Sunday for them, rallying back and winning. Time for some spin. Big appeal. The young fast rising umpire from Rwanda, Damasen, not interested. He's got Mr. Kamia Emmanuel, one end at the square leg. Hit back and straight over the bowler. Does this reserve to the boundary? Oh yes, 4 runs, because there's poor backing up from the two guys. Ediga Mudola, a guilty party. He should have just tried to punch it back into play, and then maybe Pius Oloka could have completed the double team effort.
Yes, as you can see there, just hit it over the bowler there, down to the side screen. This
big hit. Where's that gone? Out of town. Jaffa Ochaya has the muscles and he will flex them all day long here.
Yes, back to boundaries there for Central Rhinos. I think it will ease the nerves. Now we're thinking, what will the captain do after he strike bowlers, the two opening pair?
Jaffa Ochaya flexing his muscles early morning here. Sohera comes into the attack. He took a nice catch, Mr. Sohera. Richard, he did play for Butu in the Nile edition of the Batball Open. He comes here and there's work to be done in that Batball Open held in Jinja last year in December. Swing across the line is not wasting time. Mr. Yunus Sowobi wants to do what Jaffa has done. He says, I am bigger than you, Jaffa. I can do this. Half track and little tickle straight to the man. Chance for a run out. It's not converted because the assignment was clear for Jaffa to run through quickly, and it duly converted. 6 gone, 33 for 4. When we come back with something. All right. Pius Oloka. Yunus Sowobi tries to hit this one down to square leg. Yes, he finds the boundary right underneath there, the medical tent, where some hypertension tests, the medical checkups, they are going on and they are free. That didn't go off the middle of the bat, but went for 4.
Yes, Yunus Sowobi there trying to free up his arms. Hit that one right square went down for 4.
Good arms, good throw, and good all-round cricket there. Yeah, this is the T10. If you sit back on the fence, on the 30-yard fence, the teams will always be able to run through for a quick single. Soloka, and he will have a good meal by claiming the wicket of Jaffa Ochaya, who was looking to go big and very big.
Another wicket for the Nile Leopards. Soloka there bowling, I would call it slower compared to his previous deliveries. It was mistimed by the batsman, taken cleanly there in the cover region. The score is 38 for 5, mounting more pressure on the Central Rhinos, who still need to get a more competitive score.
You talk about a competitive score. What would be a competitive score for the Rhinos this morning?
I think if they are to compete, really, they should get a score of 80 against the Nile Leopards, because no doubt about it, these are good run getters, the Nile Leopards.
Again, there's a new man in. Billy Owele is actually the man in. He did not come in the other time. He comes in now. 7-5 down. The team needs some sort of rebuilding, but you can't rebuild in a T10. It's either you go big or go home.
Yeah, you just need to get going right away, get into their games. The overs are getting less and less. Look to pull that. So Obi Yunus, but will get a single after that miss hit. Felt he should have done better. Good bowling from Soloka there.
Little laughing moment there for the Leopards. Soloka bowls a slower ball that wasn't read by Mr. Obele or Willie Robert, who was looking to go big.
Gave a smile to the bowler. Probably didn't expect that. By the end of the 7th over, and the score for the Central Rhinos is 40 for 5.
The captain trusts that Sohera Richard will do the trick. He gives him another ball over. He went for 12 in the first over. He comes back through for the second. Oloka done with his spell. You see how they're bowling. The Nile Leopards, they stay with the same bowling strategy. They bowl 2-2-2. That means that the last part-timers will each bowl one at the very end. Isn't that dangerous?
And I'll have to say that Sohera is the only bowler who has looked to be expensive among the bowling lineup for the Nile Leopards. But he's trying to make amends in his last over. Looks to go hard. Oh, we'll just cut off that 4 and accept that single.
We've seen some teams make a fight of small scores, especially when we saw the team from coached by Ivan Kakande, the Western Bulls. They didn't get many, got less than 60 many games. but they fought and made sure maybe they chase it down maybe in 8. But yeah, the Nile Leopards are squeezing. Chance for a single. Can they get to? No run for Yunus and Mr. Owili Obele. Mr. OO. So Obi's been there. He's not getting a lot of runs. It's just on 10 from 10. Obele trying to hit the cover of the ball. Nobody has done that in international cricket. Super over from that man. Sohela Richard. He finishes up his spell here. He's gone for 8 per over. Not ugly. Yes. And he's bought a fantastic second over here that has gone for only 3 runs. Yes. 2 overs for him, none for 16. It's the end of the 8th. 44 for 5.
We know that these two teams are yet to lose a game in these 2 tournaments. They came out as group champions in either groups, but here they will be looking to get the better of the opponents. Sipaya Soloka trying to talk to the new bowler.
There's a new bowler in the attack for the Nile Leopards. Ibanda Joel. He played for the Amakokotazi. Kosa Ibanda Joel was the leading bowler, the best bowler of the Nile edition for the Batball Open in December last year, finishing with 6 wickets. Ibanda.
Yeah, different.
I shudder to think why his captain has brought him this late.
Yes, I think he hasn't got the wickets in this Batball edition for this year. Down there, he hasn't picked the wickets yet, not among the top bowlers for the tournament. You understand why the captain's choices.
Yes, in that Nile edition, Ibanda bowled 7 overs only. He went for 40 runs. He was going for 5.7 every over. That is good in a T10. He had an average of 6.67. He was picking up a wicket every 6 runs he conceded. And well, he had 21 dot balls. Superstar from Ibanda. Today, he comes in from an end people like to call the Java House end, the Shell end. I prefer to call it the KFC end. Because KFC is one of the big supporters of cricket the world over. I've seen what they've done with South Africa and Australia. Half tracker from Ibanda Joel. He's welcomed into the attack by Mr. Obele Owili. Big boundary there.
Yes, that's a poor start there. Wide. The batsman gave him soft room and hit that.
Chance for a catch. Who wants that? Taken. Igulu went for 4 in the first ball, but he strikes. And Arafat is happy to give the ball back to the umpire. They want to get on going with the business. Obele hits one to the boundary and falls next ball. Not smart cricket.
Yes, non-smash cricket probably would have got a single, but as you can see there, ball pitched hard on the wicket. Just mistimed it, don't get hold of it, and just carried it there in the 30 yard, and was cleaned there by Arafat in the covers. As you can see, very, very happy team, the Nile Leopards, here in the morning on the first day of the Super 4. And as Innocent said, all the other teams will be looking, because these were termed as the tournament favorites, and they were taking notes. The Eastern Buffaloes and the Rwanda Emerging team will be coming up next into the second game of the day.
Hit back to Igulu, but he doesn't drop. That will hurt a little bit later.
Yes.
But he's dying and putting his body on the line for the team.
Yes. See there.
That's the delivery again. Hit back to him. Oh, come on, Igulu. You're just a youngster. Use your hands, not your chest.
Yes. Hard.
We don't want to be swinging the ambulance into action early in the morning here. Hit hard straight to the mount covers. Yes, give them one. Give them one. That is one already. Ones will not hurt the Leopards from Nile. Of course, Nile, they get the name Nile because it's a Nile river there. And Nile was the division in which they played in. And these are the final and the finest 14 men from the Nile region. Cramping him for room. Yunus Owobi is playing and holding fort, but there are wickets in hand, 4 of them. I don't think the rest of the batters in that team cannot bat. Yunus Owobi just deciding to tickle it around. The 50 does come up for the Central Rhinos. Just the one ball left in the penultimate over here. Hit straight to mid-off. Chance for one. Give them one. Give them one. One is one. A fine overboard there by Cyprus Igulu. 51 for 6. Can we get here a big over of sorts? We saw 112 run over, bowled by Sohera. Richard. Hassan Bagaga, we will see his exploits with the bat. And you can see that apart from Sohera, Richard, they haven't bowled any other spinners.
He hasn't been a bad bowler in the tournament. He's a third in the leading wicket takers with 5 wickets in the tournament.
In the air, who wants that pass or look underneath it, but it flies all the way for 6. Musa Majid is the new man in. It was a half tracker, there was no pace on it. You see it again, and the opening bowler of the Central Rhinos gives them a fully blooded blow.
Yes, they want to get as many as they can in this last over. Put a good team total. Been shaky today, Central Rhinos. He
goes again. The all for 2. So Obi is running very quickly. He trusts his opening bowler to strike it very well. And one would think that it would be so Obi trying to hog the strike. But he's happy to give the strike to Musa Majid.
Musa Majid, tall lad there. Get on top of those balls.
In the zone, hit very hard, hit very straight. Good fielding here down the line, but the running is even better.
Yeah.
Mudola Ediga caught napping because he did fumble in the field.
Very, very quick running there from Sohobi Yunis. It was his end and in trouble. Can see there he got. As you can see there, made an early start there. Split second fumble there in the long off region. Enabled that second run to be taken.
Hassan Bagaga. Again, so Wob is running quickly. The call is 2 this time round. Looks like he doesn't have the gas to burn. He steps off the accelerator and he will face for the first time in the over Yunus Owobi. Not a bad over, 11 from it already. The biggest over we've seen today went for 12 bowled by Sohera Richard. Bagaga, how many more can he go for? So Obi trying to hit the curve of the ball. Chance for a run out. The throw is not good.
Fielder there disappointed with himself with the overthrow. Probably got away with it with good backup there. Thinks should have done better.
Last ball of the innings coming through. Here he goes. Straight to Oloka. Oloka does very well to put his body behind the ball. Looked like it would have gone for 4. 2 runs at the very end. Musa Majid looking like he wanted to hit that one way to Bugolovi, the next town here. It's the end of the first innings. 65 for 6 is what the Central Rhinos get, thanks to the 2 opening busts of the 2 opening bowlers who picked up 2 wickets in the opening spell. Did very well there. So Obi holding fort and Musa Majid at the very end, top scorers of the innings with 15 and 12. They'll have a little team talk as the groundsmen do come through to clean the surface. And it's the last over that went for 14 runs. That's been the most expensive of them all. This is the Batball Super 4. And these are the highlights from the first innings. Some few boundaries, but look at how Jonathan Nyiro picked up the big wicket of Omara, and then Anas Beig broke his shackles with one that went all the way. Then that super fine catch from Sohera Richard. Kunsa Cyrus came into the attack and he picked up a wicket. Mudola Ediga with the salute celebration. The spinner here, Sohera Richard, hit down the ground. A little fumble there from the fielders. Poor communication between Oloka and his mate. Then the big 6 that flew out of the ground when Pius came into the attack. He strayed away early on, but he bounced back very well. And there was as many wickets as 6 for these guys called the Nile Leopards. Then Bagaga's last over, a biggie there. But we will see if 61, 65 is enough to defend. We'll take a break now and we'll be coming back shortly in the second innings. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, watching from wherever you are in the world. It's a beautiful morning here in East Africa. We're coming to you live from Lugogo. Kampala is the city, Uganda is the country. This is the Pearl of Africa, and this is the Batball X T10 tournament. This tournament getting the finest 6 franchises in the country, including one wildcard given to Rwanda Emerging to compete in this under-19 tournament. We're down into the Super Fours. First match of the Super Fours, the Nile Leopards up against the Central Rhinos. Central Rhinos lost the toss. They were asked to bat first. They got only 65. And here we have business and work to do. So here Richard and Hassan Bagaga, 2 men who bought the last overs for the Leopards, here to open the batting. Musa Majid flashed hard. When you flash like that. That will sail away to the boundary. First things first, it's a boundary to welcome us back into the comms box.
Yes, good boundary. Very welcome to the Nile Leopards team, and they're looking to get things going for them right away at the start of the opening ball. There, as you can see, Christopher Chidega talking to his bowler, Musa Majid. Good opening of the blade. That man couldn't get to that. The fielder is outfield is very fast. Ready for they need 61 now. That's a wide, so wide. Central Rhinos don't need to give away anything. It would be very absurd if they gave away too many extras. Yeah, quick single there from Sohera Richard, giving Bagaga the strike. Bagaga, very good tournament for him. Second highest run getter in the tournament with 84 runs, just behind the Central Rhinos captain, who didn't trouble the scorers today, Christopher Chidega. And Hassan Bagaga, the only player who has scored a 50 half century in this tournament against the Northern Elephants. They are group games in Jinja. Another wide there from Musa Majid. Coming a little bit expensive, just right in the first over of the second innings. $59 more required with just only 2 balls bowled in the first over. Swing and a miss there from Sohera Richard. See there, that's wide, almost top of the wide mark. Yes, for the second innings, got Dennis Musali with me to do the commentary. Yes, welcome, Dennis.
Thank you very much, Lennon. The battle of the unbeaten sides should be an interesting game. Only 58 more runs required by the Nile Leopards. The boys who came from across the bridge are putting on a show here at the Lugogo Cricket Oval. Another quick single. Oof. Sure, the stumps there from the captain Kidega, but misses them completely. 65 runs only scored by the Central Rhinos. Do you feel that will be enough for them to be able to remain unbeaten? But of the unbeaten sides, after this game, one of them will have to have something in that L column.
Yes, it's an uphill task for the Central Rhinos, who are asked to bat by the Nile Leopards. Have to get wickets and also cut on their
Wait for the indication from the umpire. Leg by is given. Thought it was a wide, but leg by is given. Majid has struggled to bowl to the right hander and the left hander, so he hasn't been very, very consistent and has given away at least 9 runs in that first over. .65. Do you think that will be enough for the Rhinos to pick up a win?
I don't think it's enough. The Nile Leopards have got a very deep batting, and they have been scoring lots of runs. Actually, they're the only side who have set, every time they have been asked to set a target, it was over 100 runs in each innings. The only innings they had to set a score, they had to chase a score of less than 100. It was their last game against the Eastern Buffaloes, but they eventually won the game. They are Pius Oloka taking the man of the match award.
Yeah, a lot of batting to come here for the Nile Leopards. And unless the Central Rhinos are very, very tidy with the ball, you feel that the Nile Leopards are the favorites in this one. But let's wait and see. So Obi Yunus takes the ball from the Shell Road end. So will be the play of the match in the last game of the group stages. Central Rhinos defeating the Western Bulls by 35 runs. A good all-round performance from him. He came in and scored a very quick fire 27 and also picked up a couple of wickets. Up in the air, somebody wants it. So here Richard, no connection onto that one. Simple catch for Sowobi Yunus, who comes into the attack and immediately picks up a wicket.
Yes, very, very, very vital wicket there. And a dot ball, if I'm to say, for the Central Rhinos, who are not very impressed by that wicket because they know there is still more work to do there. See, the pressure is building there. The game's going to flow today. Right now, as I can say, the Nile Leopards are 10 for 1, but still requiring 56 runs. The Central Rhinos will have to settle with that one wicket, but still do more work there from their bowling, their fielding, to defend that low total they've scored, their lowest total they've scored in the tournament.
Maybe you feel that getting out, the Nile Leopards can afford to lose Sohera for now, but Hassan Bagaga is still on the crease, the leading MVP contender. And has just been joined by Pius Oloka. Pius Oloka has played a lot of cricket with everyone in the Central Rhinos team, so I'm sure they know him very well. Let's see how he measures up against his peers. This is why you want these kind of games to come up. The best players in the country competing amongst themselves. And that's how they grow into very, very good cricketers later on. And if you can score runs against your peers, then you earn their respect. Starts off with a dot ball. So Obi has already put a man down at long off. I think clearly they anticipate that Pius will try and go for a big one. There will be no catching that one. Good connection onto that. Slower ball, but there was good control there from Pius Oloka, who just guided it over the man standing in at short fine leg. Ali Balidawa, and runs away for a boundary.
Yes, so Obi feels that that connection wasn't clean enough, as you can see there. Just swings the case down on one knee and hits it there over Balidawa Ali, who is on short fine for 4. Yes. Score is 14-1.
Takes a shot down the wicket, but no connection. He gets some lip service there from Yunus Obi, the bowler. Not so much there in Pius. I don't know what he was trying to do. No conviction in trying to get out of his crease. Actually, they could have just managed to get a feather through to the keeper. Needs to be careful. You've just got a boundary. I don't know what the intention is to try and go after the bowling again. No need to panic right now. Required rate is at 6 runs every over.
It's just the second over of the innings.
What a top quality shot. Beats both fielders inside the circle. Very well played there by Pius Oloka. Using the pace of the ball, and he guides it behind fly, gully and point.
Yes, there. Just gives him some small room there. You can see he places it between the fielders there. The ball won that race between the fielders.
Yeah, Lennon, like you've said, it's just not so much room, but I think the key was in Pius controlling the shot and make sure that he guides it just through the gap. Tries to go big. Pius, there's a man trying to settle himself under it, and he takes a very good catch. The captain, Christopher Kidega, coming up with the goods. What a poor shot there from Pius. You've just got a boundary. You had no business trying to go after that.
Yes. Talk about that catch from Christopher Kidega, the captain, who was right into the 30 yards and had to backtrack. Just there.
Yeah, really.
As you could see there, ran behind there for like 15 yards there and had to take it. Not a lot of youngsters can do that. Great confidence there from the captain. Take that big wicket, and you could see the celebrations among the Central Rhinos players and what it means to them to get that man Pius Oloka, because they know he's a very vital man for the Nile Leopards team.
Yeah, he rushed to the head there from Pius Oloka. Very unnecessary. He's just got a boundary, and then he kept trying to go. You've gotten 8 runs out of that over. Could have just hit it for a single, make that 9 with no risk. But unfortunately, he has to perish. Now the Nile Leopards are 18 for 2. Christopher Kidega takes the ball very early, this time from the Ginger Road end, replacing Musa Majid. Bagaga Hassan on strike. They are in there with Mulongo Paul. Very, very defensive field from the Central Rhinos. Everyone hanging on the ring. So clearly they are trying to make sure that they cut off the boundaries. Very an electric outfield. So you have to cut off the ball within the circle. That's why they don't want to be in very attacking positions. Starts off with a double. You can see everyone around there, Hassan Bagaga. It is very, very clear they are giving him a lot of lip service. So you have to be very, very strong mentally to make sure that you don't give away your wicket for cheap. Bumper ball there from Kidega, but wides indicated too high. Hassan Bagaga, not a very tall boy. Oh, you can clear, but that one there, sometimes the intention is to just scare you. You can see everyone around the bat there from the Central Rhinos. The Central Rhinos, they like to talk the talk, but sometimes they fail to walk that talk. I'll tell you, Lennon, when we were in Kenya, the young boys gave the Kenyan youngsters a lot of talk, but when it came to batting, their bats totally went very cold, and the Kenyan boys were very happy. So I like to tell people that when you want to talk the talk, make sure you can be able to walk that talk.
You're right, Dennis. It will be very disappointing for the Central Rhinos if they had a lot of talk on the field and failed to produce the result, which will define their talk at the end of the match.
Yeah, good cricket there from Bagaga. Was already 3 runs in that over. They got at least 8 in the previous over, so they are still with the asking rate. Actually, it's down to 5.8. So good cricket from him.
You can see there, so Obiun is trying to talk to the captain there, probably giving him a little bit of advice of what he can do to regulate the run rate.
Bit of a confusion in the middle. Ooh, the run out was on. The awareness missing there from Obili. Hassan Bagaga nearly caught out of his crease because he was ball watching instead of looking at his partner. The moment Mulongo played the ball and was missed by the bowler, for him he made up his mind that he's going to go for the run. But his partner Hassan Bagaga was ball watching. They survive 22 for 2 after 2.3 overs. Wides, and there will be a lot of runs. The keeper Amil Ochaya misses it completely. Make that 5 to the total for the Nile Leopards.
5 runs, welcome, without doing any 5 wides. Welcome runs for Leopards without them doing a lot of work. See there, the captain. This player is trying to get around him, trying to talk to him. Very, very expensive overs, 9 of it, with just 3 balls bowled from it, surprisingly.
Yeah, today the Central Rhinos have been a bit generous. Good comeback delivery there from Christopher Kidega. Completely beats Hassan Bagaga.
can see there. Good length delivery. Goes into the batsman who completely misses it.
One of the things I like about the Central Rhinos is that they have the heart shot, top quality shot. Once it came off the bat, there could only be one result. Overpitched there by Christopher Kidega and punished by Hassan Bagaga.
Yes, the shots you play during the power play over the top of the fielders in the inner circle there, as you can see there, pitched full. Just go through it over the fielders there in the 30. Score leading to the score to 31 for 2. Nile Leopards still require more 35 runs.
Bowler prevails. Wicket time. Hassan Bagaga trying to run the ball to trying to run the ball down to third man, and unfortunately he loses his off stump. Good comeback there from Kidega. The Nile Leopards are now 31 for 3 after 3 overs. 10 runs every over.
Yes. As you can see there, trying to catch just a little bit of it down there to third man, but it was too late. Kidega was too quick for him. Whew. Also some movement there from the ball. Clean him up. After the loss of that third wicket, still the Nile Leopards require more 35 runs.
Sowerby continues from the share road end. Mulongo Paul offers a booming drive, but no connection to it. Big body there, Mulongo Paul. Big build. 10 runs every over. Only 35 runs required from as many as 6.5 overs. Should be an easy game here for the Nile Leopards. An easy chase, but the Central Rhinos are not giving up that easily. They are picking the wickets, so unless they have a very deep batting lineup, could get very, very interesting at the back end. Chance, thick outside edge, runs down to third man. Hamid Munigwa with the cleanup. Problem with Mulongo there is trying to go for booming drives on balls that are not very, very close to him. If he wants to play, there is a very big gap there. If he wants, you go in there, play with your soft hands, run the ball down third man. So you get the same reward with very little risk.
All right, Dennis. He has to know that the big men are.
Hey, I don't know how some of these youngsters set up, but Mwanguzi Timothy has just come in and doesn't even bother with any sighters. First ball is offering across the line.
You can see there his batting partner Mlongo Paul trying to talk to him. Probably trying to tell him what Dennis has said. should be more careful. Don't just go there in the first ball and try to thrash it the way you want.
Much better, much better. I thought, you first have a look, see what the wicket is doing. But on your first ball, if you offer like that, I worry for you. It looks like you've just run out of the nets. Very well played. Much better cricket. They are thinking about 2, and they should get 2. Good fielding there by Yunus Obi. The umpire takes his time, and he gives him out. Raises his finger. Yunus Obi doing very well, doing the fielding off his own bowling.
Very, very, very hard work there from Yunus Obi in the field trying to defend his bowling. Look at that.
Looked like the second was on, but I think it was going to be very, very tight. And Yunus Obi two people did very well in that.
Oh.
2 people did very well, Yunus Obi and Anas Beg. Anas ran to the stumps, picked up the throw, and removed the bails. The umpire took his time, Emmanuel Kamya. The Nile Leopards lose their 4th, 34 for 4.
Yes, the T10 known for the faint-hearted. Lot of running between the wickets, electrifying energy. Lot of talk on the field. Youngsters are having a great time of cricket here at Lugogo Cricket Oval.
Chance for a catch. Chance for a catch, a bit of a confusion, but I think it's legal. Musa Majid with the catch. So now Leopards are throwing it away. They lose their 5th wicket, 34 for 5. Again, nothing short there from Mulongo. Musa Majid doing the right thing. You knew where he was standing. Doesn't touch the rope. Very good catch there from Musa Majid. The Nile Leopards lose their 4th. They are now 34 for 5. Lennon, this looked very, very easy, especially when Hassan Bagaga was on the crease. But a good passage of play here for the Central Rhinos has put them back into the thick of things. And the Nile Leopards still need a whole lot of 32 runs.
Yeah, it looked an easy chase, and bet you all our viewers thought this was the Nile Leopards game, but his standing tables against them. Probably they will have to do a little bit more of the batting, because now they seem to be in deep trouble. So Obiyin is picking up 3 in his 2 allotted overs. Very, very good bowling. And he did offer some runs with the bat as well. But we all know what the capabilities of the Nile, what the Central Rhinos can do in the field. No doubt about that. This was expected, probably. But again, I will say if the Nile Leopards lose this, that will be on them, Probably they didn't give themselves that chance to get into that game. Yes, and the captain calls on Musa Majid to bowl his last over. My new man in is Nero Jonathan, who was good with the ball, now has come to look for some runs.
Yeah, you can imagine sometimes bowlers hate it that they do some very good work in the first innings, limit a team to only 65, and then they also ask to bat. But Nero is a decent batter, so let's wait and see if he can be able to rescue his team. They need a hero right now, the Nile Leopards. Coming up next will be the Rwanda Emerging side taking on the Eastern Buffaloes. And our final game of the day should be another cracker of a match. The Rwanda Emerging will be taking... Ooh, what a shot there. Good pick up there from... Pick up for 6 there from Nero Jonathan. He holds his pose for the cameras. I hope they got enough photos. Welcomes Musa Majini to the attack with a 6. A top quality shot from a bowler.
Yeah, that's a clean flick all the way for a maximum. Full onto the pads. Oh.
The cameraman here denying us an opportunity of seeing Nero Jonathan holding his pose, but it took some time before he left his mark. 40 for 5. Bowler prevails. Everything is happening here at the Logogo Cricket Oval. Jonathan Nero getting a leading edge to Ochaya Jaffa, and Nero will have to go, and they send him off with a couple of nice words. They are the Central Rhinos. The Nile Leopards lose their 6th wicket. They are now 40 for 6.
Very, very good bowling and teamwork there from the Nile Leopards. I don't know what happened there, but it seems that Nero Jonathan offered the shot late and caught the thick edge of the bat. Just went down to the man in the gully position. Ochaya Jaffa took the catch.
Can see the leading edge there from Nero Jonathan. He was trying to reach for the ball. Gives a simple catch to Ochaya Jaffa, who takes it like the boss himself. 40 for 6. I don't know where you are, but you need to make sure you get some data and go to batball.tv and watch this game, because it's been eventful from the first ball. 40 for 6, 26 required from 5.4 overs. Looked like a very simple chase, but now the Central Rhinos have brought themselves back into the game. They're looking for 4 good balls to pick up 4 wickets and clean up the game.
Yay. There Masinde Anthony trying to look for the second one, but Mudola looked not set to go. They'll just have to, they've just managed to get a single. Musa Majid, who was expensive in the first over, actually went for 10 actually, caught off a wrong start, trying to make amends for his team after picking that big wicket of Nero. His second delivery of this over.
They are looking for 2. They won't get it. Willie, you'll be very, very quick. Masinde Arafat in there with Mudola Edgar. Both of them played for Mpungu in the Batball Open. Yeah, the Batball Open. We are into the Super Falls. They started today and will continue throughout tomorrow. The round robin games, and then we shall have chance for run out. Ooh. And then we shall have the third and fourth playoff final and the main event, which will be the final on Sunday. The final will be live on NBA Sport from 3 p.m. So make sure you catch that one. Good stuff here from Musa Majid off his own bowling. We've just seen what Yunus Obi has done. Conrad Roama getting in the way. 43 for 6 after 5 overs. 23 from 30 balls is what is required. But the Nile Leopards have only 4 wickets to work with.
Yes, Dennis, they have very few wickets to work with, and they should be careful. The captain has gone for his top-notch bowler, Ali Balidawa. Everyone was expecting when was coming into the attack, and the captain has brought him late into the innings, probably to try put some pressure on the batsmen down the order. We all know that he's a very, very good bowler, and he has looked good in this tournament. Has 12 wickets to his name and a considerable range through the next one, to the second wicket taker, who has only 6. Probably will has got more today, so Obi Yunis probably now will go to 9 wickets, but still shows the capabilities of the Central Rhinos bowling package. It's very, very good. See some stuff from Ali Balidawa, how the Nile Leopards will bat him out.
Balidawa Ali, like Lennon has mentioned, the leading wicket taker in the tournament. He's way ahead of everyone else. They've brought him in the attack very late. I don't know if the captain feared that he'll be easy pickings for the rest of the guys. But maybe now is not a bad time for him to come in and bowl. Try and dry up the runs a little bit, so you keep pushing the game towards the end, and then the pressure works both ways.
Yes, Ali Balidawa already 2 dot balls there on the onto the scorecard. Very, very economical. He'll get a single there. Jaffa will collect that. 23 more required to win.
Ali Balidawa with 12 scarps. He's been doing well, especially cleaning up the middle and late order. Surprisingly, he hasn't picked up a Player of the Match award, despite the fact that he has 12 wickets. Ooh! Goes through the gate there. Masinde will have to walk. Masinde Arafat, probably the wicket of the day. All right, top quality ball there from Ali Balidawa. Goes through the gate there of Masinde. Masinde tried to go for a drive, but there was nothing there. What a top quality ball there from the left arm off spinner. The celebrations come out there from Ali Balidawa. Top quality stuff there. Beautiful delivery. Goes away from the batter and plucks out the stumps. 44 for 7. The Nile Leopards, they are now staring down the barrel of a defeat. The Central Rhinos didn't do so much with the bat, but they came out with a lot of heart in the second innings. They picked up the wickets, they've taken their chances, and they put themselves in a very good position of remaining unbeaten.
Yes, they are very vital wicket. The former batsman looked to be defensive, but Ali Balidawa was better. Libali Dawa, very good young bowler, went with the under 19 team to Tanzania. It's a bright future for the young lad. It's cricket ventures.
I'll tell you, I saw Balidawa bowling in Dar es Salaam for the under 19s. He wasn't that tidy. He's bowled so well in this particular tournament. I wonder whether it was just a confidence thing, because he's been brilliant in this particular tournament. Gives the ball a lot of air, is getting some patches off the wicket. But in Dar es Salaam, he looked very, very average compared to all the other quality spinners that were in that tournament. Yeah, we are into the Super Fours, and the stakes are also getting higher. Each player of the match award this time, Lennon, is going to get 50k. I'm sure you're wishing you're out there playing instead of being here in the comms box with us.
Yeah, that's very laughable. But I think it's a great gesture from Fitness Junction. Usually, it will inspire more young players, to go to that game, maybe try to win this, do their best and try to win this match, win man of the match accolades, and very, very good stuff from our sponsors, Fitness Junction.
46 for 6. 20 runs required from 24 balls. Still evenly poised, we would say, but only 3 wickets in hand. Munigwa Hamid has struggled a little bit, in my opinion. He's been the easy pickings for batters always, but this time he's bowling to tail-enders. Maybe can be able to squeeze in a couple of good overs. The Central Rhinos, if they win this one, I feel that they will have gotten away with a poor batting display. They won that game against Rwanda. Imagine when they won by 2 runs, you felt that Rwanda were the better team, honestly, and deserved the victory. Ooh. Run out chance there. Kunsa Cyrus running like a headless chicken. Nearly sold his partner down the river.
Yeah, it comes down to batsmen there when the pressure gets to them. They want to take everything they think they can probably take, but you see, very miles away.
It was so out of the frame.
If that got to hit the stumps. Another single there from Kunsa Cyrus. Just dealing in singles. Not trying to hit the ball hard. Not taking any risks. They've already lost a lot of wickets. Want to expose their tail very early in the innings.
I think the tail is already exposed. What is happening now is that the tail is somehow trying to wag, pick up another single. See, Kunsa is interested in a second, but Obili was got to the ball in a flash. What is happening now, Lennon, is that the tail is wagging because the tail is already exposed.
And that's why they're in sort of a hurry. But surprisingly, they still have 3 complete overs on the plate. So it was better from Munigwe. Dot ball just runs through the keeper. Kunsa looked to drive it through the covers. Just missed it.
The backup is good. Leg by is indicated. Tail is trying to wag. 51 for 7. Yeah, sliding down the leg side. So, good decision there from the umpire. 51 for 7 after 7 overs. 15 from 18 balls is the requirement. Where do you see this one going, Lennon?
It's not a tight game. I think Leopards are still in the game. They can win this game. They just have to not give away any wicket. You know, it was a poor display from the side. The score was on board. 66 was an easy chase. But again, Ali Balidao has an over to go. You know, anything can happen. But still, I think Leopards will clinch this one. I think, but
Lennon has chosen to go for the Leopards. He feels that they have it in them to find at least 15 runs to pick up the victory. Ali Balidawa will continue from the Shell Road end. That is completely missed there by Kunsa. Nothing given by Emmanuel Kamia. Top quality there from Ali Balidawa. He needs to squeeze in at least 3 dot balls and make it very, very interesting. I think what the Central Rhinos are doing right now is to make sure that they dry up the run scoring, so you get into the final 2 overs when they still need a lot more runs. Hit down the ground. Musa Majid is there, so they would only get a single.
Yes, that's unusual from Ali Balida, bowling a fuller delivery. So just got to hit it through a single. Probably the batsmen are now playing the shots carefully. The ground, trying not to hit anything hard, just getting the easy singles without getting out.
Helped down the ground. Kunsa Cyrus running very fast, but very well done by Obili, who makes sure he just keeps it to 2 runs. Very, very valuable 2 runs there added to the total for the Nile Leopards. We can't see the dugout from here, but I think the pressure is on. You can see the coach there of the Central Rhinos, Shama Mukwaya, pacing the boundary.
It was good paddle sweep. Just needed some more extra energy. Oh.
Swing and a miss. Mudola Edgar. Not a bad offer, I'll tell you, Lennon, because there's no one's down there. So if he makes any good connection onto it, valuable runs. Again, it goes across the line. Nearly took off Mudola. Pressure is on. Good over from Balidawa. 3 runs. Final ball coming up.
Very, very economical stuff from Ali Balidawa. Oh,
well guided there by Balidawa to extra cover. They get at least 4 runs from that over. So we need 11 from 12, Lennon. Are you still comfortable with your prediction that the Nile Leopards will do the business? 56 for 7.
They will do
55 for 7 after 8.
Not that I'm comfortable, but the Nile Leopards, I think this is a game for them to win, because the score is really little. 12 runs from 12 balls. I think, the Nile Leopards must do something extraordinary with their bowling. The wickets now are drying up, in their bowlers, and you see the bowler, all the players are surrounding to Munigwa, trying to talk to him in this penultimate over to
The over that wins the match is going to be bowled by Hamid Munigwa. Good decision. Oh, what a shot to start off things there.
and that will reply to that question, whether it's a bad or good decision, Dennis.
What a good answer there, Lennon. Munigwa with a gift on the pads. And Mudola walks into his crease, wipes it that to the leg side for a boundary. 11 minus 4 now.
That's 7, Dennis. I think the captain talking to Munigwa saying, at least you should take them through to the last over and probably try to clinch it there, but not this over.
Yeah, Lennon, why I say that this is the over that wins the match. Your best bowler is supposed to bowl the penalty over of the match, which is the 19th. But most teams get it wrong by thinking that your best bowler is the one who has to bowl your final over. So the trick is that your best bowler comes and bowls the second last over, so that they leave so many runs for the ball for whoever will bowl the final over. But most teams think that their best bowler should actually be the one bowling the last over.
You look around, and I think the captain wanted to bowl the last over as he did against the Rwanda emerging team, probably. Oh.
And that usually is the wrong decision. As the captain, he should have bowled this particular over so that he leaves so many runs that Munigwa can work with. But when you bring Munigwa now, he's already gone for 5 runs. So they only need 6 from as many as 9 balls. Meaning Kidega, if he's needed, he will come in to bowl when there's very few runs to work with. The throw is the wrong end. And that allows them, the misfield allows them to pick up another run. You can see the captain there signaling to his team that we should only give them a single. But we shall attempt to take a shot at the stumps. And the misfield, the poor backup from Kidega, allows them to pick up a second. Comical running, you see. Kunsa Cyrus is running very, very suicide. Oh, good shot. Leans into that one. Plays it to extra cover. 3 runs now required for the win. Go to the bank and collect your money, Lennon, because the Nile Leopards look like they are going to pick up this one.
It was a game served on the plate for them from the Central Rhinos. With that score, I don't think they could have defended it despite their bowling heroics early in the game, this innings.
Yeah, credit to the Central Rhinos. They made a game out of nothing. What looked like was going to be an easy chase for the Nile Leopards turned out to be an interesting encounter. And at 44 for 7, you thought that the Nile Leopards were out of it. Swing and a miss. End of the over. 3 runs required from 6 balls. 3 of 6. Kidega Chris runs into ball to Kunsa Cyrus. I don't know why he likes doing that, wasting a lot of time, very unnecessary. And he runs, his run up is very long, then he has to run around the wicket. The next game that is coming up, the Rwanda Emerging team are taking on the Eastern Buffaloes. Both sides fresh. This has been a battle of the unbeaten sides. But at the end of this over, we shall know who remains unbeaten.
Oh.
Wides. Kunsa will gladly take that. 2 runs required. Unless Kidega balls a magic spell in this over. First ball, very, very wide. Good decision there from the umpire, Emmanuel Kama. Unless he balls a magic spell. By magic spell, I mean 3 good balls that will get actually a hat-trick who will win them the game. Short of that, the Nile Leopards are in business. They need 1 run to tie the scores and just 1 more to win the game. Two of 5. Very, very good stuff there from Kusa Cyrus and Mudola Edgar. They just got it out of my mouth. I was going to mention that if they're not scoring the runs, they can actually run the bye because the keeper is standing very far.
They weren't going to wait around for pressure time to get the ball to the bat. They just needed their legs there to get working, to get that bye.
Yeah, you can see Mudola had already taken off even before Kidega bowled that. I don't know if the producer can show that again. Very illegal. I don't like youngsters doing that.
Some sort of unfair.
Yeah,
cricket.
very, very unfair cricket. Mudola, he was already running down the wicket even before Kidega bowled the ball. If Kidega had the awareness, could have just man-carded him. If the producer can show us that previous run. Scores are level, only 1 to win from 4 balls for the Nile Leopards. And that will be it. Dragged down the leg side from the captain, Christopher Kidega. And the Nile Leopards will remain unbeaten. They pick up the victory by 3 wickets. The Central Rhinos, their first failure in the Super Fours. But very well done. An entertaining, low-scoring thriller from these 2 sides. The Central Rhinos only got 65 for 6 in their 10 overs. The Leopards, the numbers won't tell the whole story, but they've struggled to get to that 66 for 7. But eventually, that won't matter because they pick up the victory by 3 wickets. Lennon, take us through the scorecard.
Yes, the first game of the Super 4 has just ended with Nile Leopards winning 3 wickets after Nile Leopards won the toss and sent in the Central Rhinos to bat, and Central Rhinos only managed to get 65 runs on board, with their 4 openers not getting into double figures. But runs came from Ochaya Jaffa with 16 runs off 14 balls, and Sobi Yunus 12 of 13, and Musa Majid 15 of 8 balls with just 3 extras. The bowling from the Nile Leopards was very good on the other side, with the 2 top bowlers, Nero Jonathan and Kunsa Cyrus, picking 2 wickets apiece. Oloka Pius picking 1, and Simpras Iglu also picking 1. In the second innings, the Nile Leopards, we thought they will get off to chase the 66 run mark with ease, but got off to a shaky start. In the top